Hello dear colleagues, my name is Shaikhiyeva Bактыгуль and I'm an English teacher of Nazarbayev Intellectual School of Chemistry and Biology in Kızılırmak. And the topic of our lesson today is tourism in Kazakhstan. The learning objectives of this lesson are 9L6, deduce meaning from context in unsupported extended talk on a wide range of general and curricular topics. 9S8, recount extended stories and events on a range of general and curricular topics. 9W1, plan, write, edit, and proofread work at text level with minimal teacher support on a range of general and curricular topics. By the end of the lesson, all learners will be able to understand the main idea of the recording, spell a little high-frequency vocabulary accurately during the peer and group work, express their opinion about traveling using some appropriate subject-specific vocabulary and syntax. And finally, rewrite the text by including only some of the information given in the original text. Most learners will be able to spell some high-frequency vocabulary accurately during the pair and group work, express and justify their opinion about traveling using some appropriate subject-specific vocabulary and syntax, and rewrite the text by including most of the information given in the original text. By the end of the lesson, some learners will be able to spell some high-frequency vocabulary accurately during the peer and group work, express and justify their opinion about traveling using some appropriate subject-specific vocabulary and syntax, rewrite the text by including most of the information given in the original text. As a warm-up activity, I showed my students a video, and their task was to guess the topic of the lesson. And after watching the video, the students were asked two questions. The first question is, what places of interest can tourists visit in Kazakhstan? And the second one, why do you think tourism is not developed in our country? And the problem of this lesson will be focused on the second question. So the students will express their viewpoints and prove their opinion about why tourism is not developed in Kazakhstan and what people can do in order to develop tourism. So let's discuss some of the questions concerning traveling around Kazakhstan. Okay? The first question. What's really the question, please?
What place of interest can tourists visit in Kazakhstan?
What places of interest can tourists visit in Kazakhstan? You watched the video, okay?
Our capital city, the places like Kokshetau, Almaty.
Okay. Anything else? Any other places? Burabay, yes. Kyrgyzstan, Baikonur. Why should the tourists visit Baikonur?
Because it's a large station in the world, and
The largest what?
station.
Space station.
Yes, it's the largest space station where spacecrafts are usually launched. Yeah?
Yes.
All right. Do you know why tourism is not developed in Kazakhstan? As you know, the tourism in Kazakhstan is not so developed compared with the European countries. Yeah? And most of the Kazakhstani people prefer traveling abroad rather than around Kazakhstan. Why is it so?
Lack of infrastructure.
What do you mean by the lack of infrastructure?
For example, bad quality of roads to the main attraction places.
All right, excellent. Any other ideas?
Maybe Kazakhstan is not famous like other countries.
Yes, Kazakhstan is not as famous as other countries.
Because our
Kazakhstan is a
currency,
young country.
Kazakhstan is a young country.
because our currency is falling down.
Yes, that's one of the main reasons these days. Any other ideas?
Because Kazakhstan's people is not so many than other countries, and we don't know
Relations.
a lot of places where we can
Attract other tourists. Right? Lack of money. How is it related to the development of tourism?
And PR.
The lack of money and
Maybe
tourism.
interesting ideas about tourism.
Government,
Uh-huh.
government must try to put to give money for travel in Kazakhstan.
So to improve the
To
development
build
reason
to build new
to build new buildings and resorts.
I think it is because of people from other countries don't know about Kazakhstani nature, and I think it is one of the main reasons that Kazakhstan is not so developed.
Yes, and you said that people around the world do not know so much about our country.
Yes.
What can we do in this way?
present our country.
Expo 2017, after this presentation, other countries will know a little bit about Kazakhstan, and maybe tourism will be developed.
Very good. As a pre-listening activity, students match some of the key words from the recording with their definition. Having done this, learners trade their worksheets with their peers and compare each other's version with the correct answers provided by the teacher. So the keywords are evolve, push below one's weight, which means to achieve or perform at a level lower than should be expected. Emerge, to become more well-known or more important or to come into view. Conventional, ordinary rather than different or original. Boost, increase or raise. So as the main part of the lesson, I chose the Dictogloss activity, which is something new for the English teachers of Kazverda. As you can see here, let me introduce the Dictogloss activity. Dictogloss is a classroom dictation activity where learners are required to reconstruct the short text by listening and noting down keywords, which are then used as a base for reconstruction. It is often regarded as a multiple skills and system activity. Learners practice listening, writing, and speaking by working in pairs and groups, and they use vocabulary, grammar, and discourse systems in order to complete the task. Dictogloss is easy for the teacher to prepare and set up, and is very effective language learning tool, as it requires learners to listen, talk, collaborate, take notes, redraft, and present it orally. The principle of Dictogloss is that the teacher reads a short, prepared, topic-based text several times, and the learners try to produce their own version as close to the original as possible. Dictogloss is really good for mixed ability classes in any subject. The collaborative nature of the activity means that beginners can be paired with more fluent peers and hear good model of English. So the Dictogloss activity includes of several parts, and one of them, and the first one, is that the teacher reads the text about tourism in Kazakhstan at a slow pace, and students just listen. They do not take any notes and listen for the main idea of the text very attentively. So if they take notes or try to write the main idea of the text while they listen for the first time, they might miss the overall content of the text. So that is why it is very important for the students just to listen first time. Step 2. The teacher reads the text one more time, and this is the student's last opportunity for listening. Students take notes of keywords and ideas from the recording. Then, the keywords and ideas should not be more than 2 or 3 words. So, the teacher should make sure that the students do not write the whole sentences or more than 3 words or word combinations, as it is a waste of time and they might miss the key information while overwriting. Step 3. Students work in pairs. They use the list of keywords and ideas they have made to reconstruct the text read by the teacher. Learners should be open to the ideas of other partners, as they may have those ideas that might have been missed. Even if the students work in pairs, the text must be written by both of them in their copybooks, because later on they will share their ideas, share their version of the text with the other members of the group. The next step is group work. Here, the students get in mixed ability groups of 3 or 4. Each student in the group shares his or her version of the text to rewrite a new one. Before reconstructing the final version of the text, students should be introduced with the assessment matrix, based on which they will do peer assessment at the end of the lesson. And the next one is the class analysis. Here, in groups, students listen to the final version of the text reconstructed by the other group. And then they compare it to the original one based on the given assessment matrix. So as you can see here, the students or the groups will be marked on 3 basic criteria. The first one is the amount of information they included in their text. Here they should answer the question, how much information has been included in the text? How many different ideas or pieces of information are there? Is there any inaccurate information? The second criteria is grammar. How accurate is the grammar? Do sentences make sense? Have the correct tenses and articles been used? Have words been used incorrectly? The third criteria is group work. And the students have to think if all the members of the group contributed to the group work equally. And they will mark each other by points from 1 to 5. Now let's have a look at how it worked with my students. Okay, students, are you ready? So let's begin. Now I'm going to read the text, and note that while I read it first time, you will just listen. Do not write anything, just listen, because you will have to understand and remember what the whole idea of the text is about. Okay? Let's go. Tourism in Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is a unique region in the world because of its history, geographical position, and size. But when it comes to tourism, it's punching below its weight. The country is not well known, and it is also not a mass tourism destination. It's in a relatively remote part of the world, with the places that not many other people go to. The Central Asian nation may get over 4 million visitors a year, but they are mainly here for business. That's why Kazakhstan is now trying to boost its presence as a holiday destination on the new Silk Road through cultural and sporting events. The Winter Games are widely seen here as a part of Kazakhstan's renewed efforts to evolve from the commodity of expo-based economy to a multi-dimensional one that involves other industries as the tourism. It is believed that people don't know about Kazakhstan and that they are interested in seeing new places, new landscapes and cultures. However, these days, people are less and less interested in conventional top 10 countries and more interested in emerging ones. The Prime Minister of the Republic of Kazakhstan, Karim Asimov, believes that the whole world will understand that this is not only the country of oil and minerals, but this is also the place where you can get high-quality services for a winter rest. So I've just read the text once, and while I'm reading it for the second time, you will have to take notes. Note and remember that you don't have to write too many words or too long sentences. Do not try to overwrite, otherwise you may lose or miss the main information, which is very important while you are reconstructing the whole text. Okay? Are you ready? So let's begin. Now, as you can see, I've just read the text for the second time, and now it's your turn to pair up and try to reconstruct your own version. And now, find your partner, or you may sit or choose the student who is sitting next to you. So it's up to the teacher. Try to combine your version to get the one as close to the original as possible. And remember that you have only 10 minutes at your disposal. Good luck. Now let's have a look at the extract from the lesson where my students are working in pairs. What I want you to do now is to make a group of 3 or 4 students and reconstruct the final version of the text. And later on, each group will be assessed based on the success criteria or assessment matrix. and you have 10 minutes at your disposal to fulfill the task. Off you go.
Want to go?
All right, now time is up, and the next thing you are going to do now is that each group reads the final version and the other two groups add their comments and assess it based on the assessment matrix. Are you ready? Let's begin then.
First and third group will listen. Kazakhstan is a unique region because of history, geographical position and size, but the tourism is punching below its weight because Kazakhstan is not well known such as European countries and there is not mass destination. Because Kazakhstan is a place where not many people want to go. Per year, 4 million visitors visit Asia and the Silk Way, but it's only for business. Kazakhstan trying to boost tourism by arranging sports games and the cultural games like winter games at Folze. It's believed that tourism will develop. However, nowadays people are less and less interested in top 10 best countries and more interested in emerging ones. The Prime Minister of country, Karim Masimov, believes that people will understand that Kazakhstan is not only oil and mineral producer, but also it is also a country of high quality services, winter rest. At winter rest.
All right. Have you done?
Yes.
Okay. Now I would like to discuss.
Ready?
Yes.
So the first group.
We think that first there will be 5 points.
For the information, they get 5
5
points.
points, yes.
For the grammar,
5 also.
5 also.
And the 4,
Group work,
yes.
how many? 4, 5, 4. Why would you give them 4?
Because I think that only Trump worked hard and better than other groups.
Okay. That's accepted. Third group.
Our group marks the information 5, grammar 4.
Why 4?
There were a little bit mistakes.
Example.
For example, she said 4 million visits Asia.
Okay. Okay. So the same mistake as the first one.
Collaborative work 5.
5. 5, 5, 4, 14. And 5, 5, 4, 14. We have 28 points. Excellent. Now,
Okay, students. Thank you for everything you've done, and I really appreciate you for your today's job. Good job. Excellent. Now, as a reflection, so at the end of the lesson, students reflect on the lesson by answering these questions. What has been learned? what remained unclear, and what is necessary to work on. So I think that's the end of the lesson. Thank you for your attention. See you.